Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope your day is going wonderful. Thanks so much for joining me again. Today I'm super excited to share with you a card project, a Christmas card project, and we're using the Spellbinders Steamboat Willie Duo die set. I created a card project with this earlier this year. I forget when, but I'll leave that video at the end in case you guys missed it. This little mouse is so cute. It's so cute to put together. There's a little girl mouse with eyelashes and a skirt. And then of course you have the Steamboat Willie. And I love the black and white look of this. So we'll be using this on our card. I do want to mention that Spellbinders came out with a add-on or an accessory die set to go with these, so it's seasonal. Of course there's candy canes and holly, and there's the Santa hats that you can add on top of these cute little mice, along with an ornament, a long stemmed holly and berry, and then there's some scarves. So cute. We're not going to be using this today. Well, actually, let me take that back. We might use, maybe we'll use the holly in here. But I'm also going to be using, this is new. These two are part of the same collection that just came out. And this one here is called the Classic Mouse Holiday Wreath. It's a really nice size wreath. But we're going to put the Classic Mouse with the wreath on our card project today. So let's jump in and get started. I'm going to start with my focal point, and that would be, of course, the mouse. So I'm going to do some die cutting. I'm going to go with the black and white and gray look. I really like that. And we're going to die cut out this cute little girl mouse. So we have the base with the little skirt. We'll die cut out with black cardstock. There's several different styles of arms that you can use. You can actually interchange them. You have one that can be holding something. You have like an excited arm look here with the arms facing up, and then you also have this piece with the arms facing down, like he's almost dancing. So cute. It really adds character to each of these elements. I'm going to use the one that can be holding something, and then we have our little mouse face, and this is the other piece of the face. This is a girl mouse, so we're going to die cut out some eyelashes and the tail. This little piece here goes to the skirt, and I'm going to die cut this out with some white cardstock. Not the skirt, the bloomers. And then this piece here is the mouth, and I'm going to cut that out with gray cardstock. This is the dress. I'm also going to cut out with the gray cardstock. Okay, and then I have some of Spellbinders. This is brushed silver. This is what it looks like. You get a variety of sheets in here. You get 3 of each. And I believe this is the brushed metallic. But really any of the metallics will work for the card. In the Classic Mouse Holiday Wreath, you can adorn it with ornaments. You can adorn it with some berries, some greetings inside the wreath. I'm going to actually take the ornament, or not the ornament string, the light string, and cut that out with my brushed silver. And also the bulbs, I'll cut that out with the brushed silver. And then you have the top piece that goes to the bulbs that we're going to color in with Copic markers. If you want to die cut out the bulbs several times with different colors of cardstock, there's 6 on here, so you'd have to die cut this out 6 times with colored cardstock. What I think is easier is just cutting it out and with white, and then using markers to color it in. Okay, so that is the die cutting that we're going to do. You know, while we're at it, just maybe we'll put some holly in our little mouse's hair. So I'm going to take the little holly that's in this set. Let me grab some green cardstock, and I'm going to die cut this out with some red berries too. There's the little berry pieces that we'll die cut out. So we have actually 3 different die sets here. We have the Steamboat Willie, and then we have the Holiday Wreath, Classic Mouse Holiday Wreath, and then we have the Classic Mouse Christmas Embellishments. So we have a little buffet of dies. So I'm going to run all of these through my die cut machine, and we'll put a little mouse together. Once my die cutting is all done, we're going to do a little assembly. So first off, let's build our little girl mouse here. I have this top piece that we die cut out with white cardstock. I had this piece on black cardstock, but I meant to die cut it out with white. Definitely want the white on here. So we're going to layer this right over the face. It comes together really easily. How cute is that? And then I'm going to flip it over, and then we have the little mouse piece, the mouth piece. And then as far as the skirt goes, we can layer the skirt here. What I like is, it's hard to tell, but what I like is it doesn't go all the way to the black. It leaves a little bit of a black outline. And it does it too on the skirt too. Okay, you can see the little black outline around the skirt. That, whatever, it adds so much detail. Okay, I'm going to add our shoes. And I didn't mention this, but we die cut out the shoes with red cardstock. We just layer these. I mean, you can't go wrong with a mouse in high heels. Okay, now I added a little glue to the top here, and then all we do is add our little face. Doesn't take any time at all to put this cute little girl together. Okay, we have eyelashes. I'm going to add a little glue, and then the eyelashes go here. Now as far as the arms go, you can see how that has a little slit there in the arm. You can tuck things in there. I think that's so cute. I'm going to add a little glue here, and then we can add our little girl's arms. We add them right behind the head here. And she's all done. And again, you can add any arms that you want. I thought these arms would go great because I'm going to have her holding some of the light strings. So, speaking of the light strings, we're going to put these together. There's 6 bulbs that you can add. 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to add 6 dots of glue, and then I want to take these pieces here. Actually, I should zoom in. Sorry, I was so far away. Gosh, I hope you get this. I didn't mean for you to be so far away. I'm sorry. I am going to add my base Christmas lights to the string. Okay, I want to give that a second for the glue to grab. In the meantime, before I lose those little berries, all we do is add a little dot of glue, and we place them right over the top. And then we have a cute little holly and leaves. I almost forget these little bloomer pieces. So these go here on this girl. We add little dots of glue here, and then we add these here, and there is this tiny little piece that you want to add too, and that goes there. There we go. But I'm going to take these little holly leaves, and I'm just going to add these to her hair. Okay, let's finish up our bulbs. I put the 6 bulbs on some white cardstock, and I want some bright color bulbs, so I just went through my alcohol markers. I picked a blue, a teal, orange, yellow, and 2 pinks, and then we're just going to color them. For me, this is just a lot easier than die cutting it out 6 times. Although if you want lots of ornaments, die cut out with colored cardstock. Can't go wrong with that. And then all we do is layer them. We just layer them right over the silver portion. And it gives it dimension, but it also gives it a base. So I'm going to add a little glue here. Well, I'm going to add a little glue on the reverse side of her thumb, and we're going to tuck the string under here. That will be my focal point. I'm going to zoom back out, and now we're going to move along to step number 2, which means we need to create our home panel. My home panel, I'm bringing in another die set. This one here is called the Emerald Cut Labels and Tag. I have some white cardstock. This is a real pretty detailed edge. I'm going to die cut this out with some white cardstock, and I'll be right back. Now that will be my home panel. I'm going to put that with my focal point, and we're going to move along to step number 3, and we're going to create our greeting or our sentiment. I'm going to bring back my Classic Mouse Holiday Wreath die set, and this is the wreath here. We're going to die cut this out with Rainforest cardstock, and then we're going to add some inserts. I'm going to insert Happy Holidays. Okay, and then I'm going to take the inside piece and we will cut this out. So we're going to leave the top blank. Okay, I'm also going to bring some more of that brushed silver cardstock, and with this piece I'm going to die cut it out. I'm going to put this silver behind my Happy Holidays. So I will do that. While I was at it, I did do another string of lights. When you die cut out the lights, you get 2 strings. So I went back and just die cut out another bulb set. Okay, we're going to take our brushed silver and we're going to add it behind our greeting. Just going to add a little glue here, and then we can add that piece. And that's going to be my greeting. I am, while I'm at it, going to add some glue dots behind my Christmas lights. And then we're going to add a string of lights on the blank upper portion of our wreath here. Okay, and then that will be my greeting. Let's go ahead and pop this up, and I'm going to add it to my home panel. Okay, I'm not going to press down all the way yet because I want to see how it looks with our cute little mouse right next to it. I want to be able to still see my greeting. And I think that will be a good spot here. Okay, and now we're going to move along to step number 4 and create our background. Okay, I have an A2 panel of Spellbinders pomegranate cardstock, and then I have a stencil. It's polka dot. It's called On the Dots. This is from Spellbinders. I don't think Spellbinders has this anymore. I'll find something that's comparable and link it down below in case you guys are interested. But I'm going to adhere this to the front. And then I'm just going to go with my white pigment ink. This is my unicorn ink from Hero Arts. And all I'm going to do is go over my stencil with my white ink. We're just going to ink this up really good because I think red and white polka dots go great with little girl mice. Okay, let's go ahead and take our stencil off. Wonderful. An alternative would be some pattern paper. If you have some polka dot pattern paper, I think that would look just as cute. So much fun. Okay, I'm going to use my heat gun and help dry this because it is a pigment ink and it does take a little bit of time to dry. And actually, I think if well, you know what I think I want to do? I'm bringing some white embossing powder. And just so this doesn't fade, I'm going to go over this with some white embossing powder. Since I gotta dry it anyway, we might as well make sure it stays nice and white. Okay, I'm gonna use my heat gun and we'll melt it. Okay, wonderful. So now we have some red and white polka dots that's going to go perfect for our background. I'm going to take this panel and adhere it to the front of my card base. Okay, I went ahead and put foam tape behind this home panel. I'm going to layer this right in the center. How cute! Really brings out her little red shoes. Okay, and we're going to move along to step number 5, which means it's time to embellish. I'm going to embellish with my Spellbinders Glaze and Glue, and I'm going to go over my Christmas lights, give these a little bit of dimension, and that's actually all I'm going to do. I think there's a lot going on, so a little glaze and glue, and we're going to call it good. That finishes my card today. I hope it gives you a little bit of inspiration. I thank you so much for joining me. I wish you a lovely day, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Thanks so much for sticking with me to the end. I have 2 more videos that you guys might be interested here. If you guys are new and like the content that you see, click that subscribe button and also the notification bell. That way for future videos, be notified. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It sure does help the channel. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.